Hi guys, Dr. Sam here, and today I want to talk to you about flu prevention, and specifically I want to talk about a famous Ayurvedic practice called Snehana Nasya. I want to talk about what it is, how to perform it, and why it's so effective. And I'm sure everyone's seen in the news now how severe and how prevalent the current strain of flu has become. There's a record number of cases, there's a record number of hospitalizations, a record number of deaths. And I think it's really important that everyone who is health conscious does two things. I think one, it's really important we educate ourselves around how do we best prevent the flu. What can we do to maximize our ability to prevent flu? And two, if we do fall prey to flu, what do we do? How do we effectively treat it using evidence-based natural interventions? In next week's video, I'll be discussing that, so please do subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when these videos drop. Today, I want to talk about prevention. And Snehana Nasya is one of the most famous self-care practices, clinical practices in the whole of Ayurveda. And it's a practice that has been absolutely catapulted into the Western consciousness because of the role it plays upon maximizing our ability to prevent respiratory infections. It really shot to fame during the COVID years, and it's gaining the same level of traction now in the face of this flu epidemic we're facing. So what is Snehana Nasya? Okay, in its simplest form, it's the application of oil into both nostrils. Okay, it's as simple as that. It's got so many benefits. From the Ayurvedic perspective, Snehana Nasya, it balances Vata dosha. Vata is one of the mind-body constitutions of Ayurveda, and Snehana Nasya is brilliant for keeping Vata balanced. That has a profound impact upon our nervous system, homeostasis within the body, our emotional balance and well-being. So it's got loads of clinical indications above and beyond flu prevention. So I don't want to pigeonhole it and make everyone think this is just a technique for preventing respiratory infections. That would be an injustice really to the profound benefits of Snehana Nasya. But in light of what we're facing now with respiratory infections, one of the real calling cards of Snehana Nasya is its ability to prevent infections. And we know that it is proven in that capacity. Why? Why is something as simple as the application of oil into both nostrils so effective at preventing flu and other respiratory infections? And it all comes down to the anatomy of the nostrils. Okay, so when we think about breathing, about 70 to 80% of the air we breathe into our body does so through the nose. Most of the air that enters the body we breathe in through the nose. So by default, that means that the lion's share of the viruses and the bacteria that enter the respiratory tract do so through the nose. You know, for a virus or a bacteria to cause an infection, it has to get into the respiratory tract. It does that through the nose. And the body's well aware of that, and it has defense mechanisms to prevent it. So inside the nostrils, it has the nostrils have something called a mucous membrane, the nasal mucous membrane. And in essence, that's just a human immune barrier that's akin to flypaper. So what does flypaper do? When the mosquito or the fly flies past it, it sticks to it and it's trapped. That's what this mucous membrane in the nose does to viruses and bacteria. So when we're breathing these viruses in, breathing these bacteria in, as they're passing through the nostrils, they get stuck. They stick to the walls of the nostrils, and once they're trapped, once they're stuck, the immune system launches an attack and destroys them. And that's the single most effective strategy we have for preventing infections, is to stop them getting into the body. But there's a weakness. Okay, there's a weak link in that system, and the weak link is that in winter those mucous membranes dry out, and as they dry out they become less sticky. As they become less sticky, they become less effective at catching viruses and bacteria. So that means more get in, which increases the risk of developing an infection. So the whole aim of Snehana Nasya in the context of flu prevention is to artificially lubricate the mucous membranes in the nostril every morning, so that when we go out into the day and someone coughs on us or we're exposed to a virus or a bacteria, as we're breathing that in, because we've artificially lubricated the nostrils, it maximizes the ability to catch them. If we catch them, we stop them entering the respiratory tract. And if we do that, we help prevent an infection establishing. So it's really effective. It taps into the natural immune mechanisms and defenses of the body. So it's proven it works. We know it works. Mechanistically, it works. How do we do it? Super simple. This takes 5 seconds. You know, it literally is the quickest form of self-care we can imagine. All you need, you can use a medicated oil. I'm going to talk about a medicated oil in a second, but just some top quality extra virgin olive oil, top quality coconut oil, sesame oil, almond oil, just a pure, unprocessed, unheated oil. And all you need to do is get a cotton bud, stick it in the oil, and then lubricate one nostril, dip the other end in the oil, lubricate the other nostril. Literally it takes 5 seconds, okay? Making sure that the whole mucous membrane in both nostrils is really moist and sticky. And that's it, it's done. That means we're gonna help catch these pathogens before they enter the body. But you can also use medicated oils. So you can use something called Nasya oils. In particular, an oil called Anu oil, A-N-U. Anu oil, which is a specific pre-blended Ayurvedic Nasya oil that is immune stimulating, antiviral, antibacterial, and you can get those very easily online. I'll post some links to where you can get that in the comments below. Okay, so you don't need to buy a medicated oil, you can just use a pure culinary oil. So please practice this before you go out in the morning, the same way you brush your teeth before you leave the house. Apply Nasya oil, apply Snehana Nasya, lubricate those membranes, do everything you can to prevent your ability to allow a virus to invade your respiratory tract and cause an infection. Please share this widely, let everyone you know, and as many people as you can know about this so we can get a real movement going. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video, and I'll see you soon.